The fuse has been lit, it's Wednesday night, Denise and Reg. Post Dynamite, come and get your Easter eggs, it's a dub. Middle of the week, it's AEW. Dynamic wrestling and end your night with us, it's a must. It's Dynamite, it might combust. Speak now, we're gonna give you all the recap. Live on YouTube is where you see that. The Cali connection with the feedback.
What up, everyone? Welcome to Speak Now Pro Wrestling. It is Wednesday, November 20th, and we are here to chat some AEW Dynamite. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, joined by Righteous Reg. Reg, what up?
Your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster. It's the California Connection. It's Wednesday night. A really fun episode of Dynamite. We're on the go-home show to Full Gear, Denise. And I think we told a lot of really fun stories here tonight. There were some crazy spots and moments in this. I thought it was a pretty fun show. What'd you think about it?
Dude, it was funny because when the show started, first of all, like the opening match, can't wait to get to it. I thought it was so fun, right? And then there was at least one segment where I thought, damn, this crowd is so freaking dead. And then there was another segment, or a match rather, that I thought the crowd was super dead for. And I'm thinking like, damn, like somebody wake this crowd up, right? And then suddenly from the moment where Mercedes Moné came out to the rest of the show, it's like it flipped. All of a sudden, things got really interesting. Things got really fun. And I wasn't noticing the crowd as much anymore. I don't even know if they kept up the rest of the night because I was so intrigued by what they were doing on the show that I stopped paying attention to the audience and paid more attention to the show. I don't know if you sensed that, Reg, but that was kind of my mood watching Dynamite today. I thought they really turned things around for today.
Yeah, now that you say that out loud, it does make a lot of sense. So, because I was so focused on the show, like when Claudio came in and started annihilating Darby, it felt like I didn't care what the crowd is doing. I was like, this is a great show. There's some great stuff happening. And then like everything that kind of preceded it was like action, kind of selling the pay-per-view. So yeah, I kind of feel how you do.
Dude, Claudio, Darby, can we start there? I want to start there because that was my favorite match of the freaking night. And I don't know why, Reg, but today I just didn't look at the AEW Dynamite card. So I kind of went in there going like, what's happening on this show? I was so clueless. And then when Claudio and Darby started, I was like, oh yeah, this is happening? This is happening? Then I had a moment to like, I had to register that the match was even happening for whatever reason, right? And so the match gets going and I'm thinking, dude, they're kind of having a little bit of a banger, and it hadn't even kicked into like the next gear that they kicked it into, but it was so fun because I feel like Claudio Castagnoli, for the most part, we always talk about how we know what to expect from Claudio. Yeah. But here's the thing about Darby. While we know to expect some crazy shit, he tends to like be that person that you can tell that the other wrestler is having a really good time wrestling him. Totally. And so they did like a lot of really great moments. Like my favorite part, besides the big toss moment, my favorite part was when Darby went for the coffin drop and Claudio went for the big swing and tossed him into the barricade and then like threw him, like clotheslined him through the barricade. Like I loved that whole sequence of events, but him throwing him off of or rather just throwing him into the other table, dude, here's the thing. We know Darby does crazy shit like that. Like, you know, this was Darby's idea and it was so fun. It was so entertaining. And the fact that he got right back up, Reg, and still went in to try to win this match, that's Darby Allin. That's who should be our AEW World Champion, BTW.
Preach on him, Denise. Preach on him. This is exactly the display and exactly why Darby Allin is who he is. It's why he has the fanfare that he does. It's why the AEW fans believe in him so much. Because on a random Wednesday night, we'll get this crazy ass match we weren't even expecting. Denise, I was kind of like you when you don't have use as much social media, you tend to not see as many things. I haven't been on as much social media, so I don't see a lot of the cards now. I'm just going in there like watching this great show. These guys get up to it, and oh my God. Yeah, that spot you're talking about, the coffin drop, Claudio catches him, and then he essentially does a spinning swing thing to Darby, and Darby does like a breakdancing move, and then he just clotheslines onto them. I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Carries him up. Yeah, he carries him up perfectly vertical.
It's like this moment was, like you said, we talk about Claudio all the time and how amazing he is and how many feats he does, but like there's moments like this where you're like, no, this guy is different. Like if he wanted to spin Darby on his finger like a basketball, like that could have been a moment in this match. Like all the things that he's doing, the big swing into the fucking ring steps, just destroying Darby. But yeah, that, like when he's setting it up, so they both get onto the announce table, and I'm like, this is pretty dangerous, like just that part. And so he starts to pick him up in a press. I'm like, oh, this is really dangerous. Wonder what's going to happen. First thing in my brain is like, he's going to slam him straight down onto the announce table. Like, that sounds crazy. I hope he doesn't do that. And so, no, he just flings him, and Darby hits the table. And Denise, the funniest part is when they cut the camera to Darby, he's like covered in the blanket or sheet that was covering the table, so it looks like he was like resting or like buried or something. Like, dude, Darby is actually dead right now. But no, he gets back in the ring to finish the match, and they still make Claudio look even more dominant, finishing Darby. Because it's like, was there a moment where you're like, oh, Darby's probably gonna mount a comeback, get it going, and then it was like, no, he's not. Claudio's finishing this fool. It's over. And it's like, I don't think it ever makes Darby look weak, because like he's crash course. Like at any moment, a match of his could be over just because how wild it is. But it makes Claudio look super strong, and it tells the story that the Death Riders are telling. Like, we're not joking around here, dude. Like all these little fun bits and spots you usually do, they get those other wrestlers. But I'm serious. I'm here to murder you. I'm gonna slam your head against this ring step. I'm gonna fling you into the crowd. Like, I don't care about those spots. We're here to take over this company, and Claudio showed exactly why the Death Riders are leading the company right now. That match was awesome.
You know what this made me think of right now? Okay, have you ever tried to kill a fly, right? You know when a fly comes into your house, and there's those flies where you just get the fly splatter, and you're like, slow down, what up? And you get it with the one, and you're like, yeah, like I'm the king, like I own all of the flies, right? Yes. And you're feeling really great about it. You throw the fly away, you get rid of it, and you have zero respect for that fly. But then there's that one fly that makes you work for the kill. And you close the door, you're following it around, you're swiping, you're trying to outsmart the damn fly, but it just won't let you get it. And then afterwards, when you finally do, Reg, you're like, you know what? Respect, bro. You worked for that. Like, you worked for your life. Respect, but I'm going to flush you down the toilet now. That, to me, is Darby Allin. Where, yes, even if he loses the match, he went down with such a freaking fight that you're like, dude, respect, man. Respect. I mean,
Denise, after you described it, he lost, and you were like, I want him to be the champion. Like, a loss didn't deter you away from being like, no, this guy's awesome. He should be the next champion. That's exactly the story of Darby Allin. Like, he could go down in a fiery pit of hell and still come out as us wanting him to succeed, us wanting him to be world champion. Just an awesome display. Both guys in this match. Darby's insane, and like, I love that continuously we just get random things like that. Doesn't matter the opponent with Darby, he's going to go out there and do something crazy. And I'd like to see him wrestle Claudio probably 50 more times, maybe at minimum.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I think the last match that I really loved of Claudio's was the match that he had on Collision, of all places, against Swerve. And it hasn't been since that match that I've like been really obsessed with the Claudio match. I am trying to think if there was another singles Claudio match that I loved between that match and this match. So
he hasn't done a lot of singles matches since.
Right. Yeah. Right. So it's been a minute. And so that's why today I'm like, I need to make sure to give this match kudos because they freaking worked for it. If you didn't watch Dynamite today, at least go out of your way to watch Darby and Claudio. I promise you'll have a good time. All right, let's get into these super chats and see where the conversation takes us because a shit ton of stuff happened where we could really go any direction here. Let's kick things off with Crazy 101 who says, God bless America for Mina and Mariah. Cinema. Well, I guess that's where it's taking us to first, Reg. Oh, look at Reg. You're Shameen.
I'm like it. I'm getting taken over, Denise. I don't know. I can't handle it. This is crazy. I'm like,
the rhythm got you.
Mina comes in here and gets these 30 seconds and just destroys it. Gonna get Denise banned from social media sites just for posting her clip.
If my Blue Sky account gets taken down, it's going to be due to like adult content. I got marked for adult content on Blue Sky for sharing the 30-second clip of their promo with only the tail end of it being the little shimmy dance, which, to be honest, it wasn't as graphic as it was the week before. I felt like this week there was less shimmy in the shimmy.
Yeah, no, this one felt a lot safer than last week. Like even Mina kind of went off to the side. She wasn't directly in the camera. This one didn't feel as bad, but yeah, Blue Sky don't like that, Denise.
No, bro, I got marked. Rated R Salcedo is born today. But yeah, this was fun. I mean, one of the things, Reggie, you were just saying is that she maximizes the couple of minutes that she got. I don't know what it is. For me, my favorite thing about Mina is the way she says things, because she sells it to you. She's like, everybody wants Mina, but I want Mariah. You know, like that kind of voice. And she knows what she's doing.
Hey, I'm sold on every single word she says. I'm like, this is great. This is amazing content. Give Mina the belt. Give her the main event of Dynamite. Give her the main event of Full Gear, Collision. Give her the World Championship. Just give her all the things and all the moments, because she deserves it. You see what happens when you put up a clip, Denise. Everybody's all over it. My whole Blue Sky account was just people loving Mina. Like, she is very over, and adding Mariah in there helped a lot. Good, very good television.
It definitely did. So aside from the shimmy, the big thing, we got to get into the news bit of it.
I was like, was there any news in this?
There was actually some news. I'm sure you and a bunch of people didn't even register the news. Everybody was just waiting for the shimmy dance.
This is about to be a surprise right now. What you said would be like, damn, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Well, they were basically saying that they're going to have a celebration for her and something about Glam Page. That's what I understood.
First time I've ever hearing this. That's crazy.
She was talking like, you know, I'm so proud of Mariah, and then they're going to have a Glam Page. So I took it that as they're going to have a party, right?
On Rampage, right?
That's what I understood. A Glam Page.
Yes, I'm with it. That sounds great.
All right. Well, just making sure we all understood what was happening, because I'm sure people were distracted. We got Roberto Arsenal, who says Swerve has proved he doesn't need the AEW championship, although I want him to win it again. He's a main eventer without a bout. Great segment tonight. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into the Hurt Syndicate, because we did have a couple of moments here with the entire group. So we had 3 different segments. So let's kind of break it down. The first one was the Hurt Syndicate coming out of their ride looking super, super glammed up, man. Yes. Bobby Lashley, his suit has got to be more than what I have in my fucking check-ins account, or fucking my whole entire rent.
1,000,000%, both of ours combined.
That is terribly sad. Yeah, but so he looks expensive, very expensive. And the whole entire group looks great, right? He's talking about how he's going to be in a match today, but then he gets attacked by Swerve from behind. And he hit him with the chain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the chain that he hit him with. So he hits him with the chain, and that's becoming Swerve's new thing, by the way. Like, he's going after with the chain. He's starting to have like a thing, right? He has a prop now. He's got a chain. Yes. That's his thing. And later on, there's another segment where Shelton and MVP, they try to take out some guy that they think is Swerve, because he's wearing the big fancy coat that Swerve was wearing. And it ended up being just somebody else. So they attack this poor guy, leave him on the floor. And then finally, we then get this match with Bobby Lashley, and he's in there with Joe Keys and Cheeseburger, who a lot of people know and love. Cheeseburger. And this is a super quick squash. Bobby Lashley gets the win, but after this, Swerve comes from behind, attacks him, once again gets him with the Swerve stomp, and then after that, he uses his chain again and walks out with it. So they made Swerve look really good in this. He outsmarted the heels and then was able to get one up on them 2 times.
That was probably my favorite part about the whole bit, is Swerve had to keep outsmarting him. He had to keep, in the first segment, he had to run in and knock Bobby Lashley out. Then he did that menacing villain laugh as he ran off, which was hilarious. And then he tricked him again with the fake Swerve, because I'm sure he gave that guy his jacket, or like that was a part of the bit. You know what I mean? And then the third time again, he caught him off guard. And it shows, like, previously, he's been beat up in the ring by all 3 of these guys. He's had Nana held back. He's had no help. We know that he lost all of his friends on his way up to the World Championship. So he doesn't have any friends. So he has to keep catching these guys off guard. And who wants to go head up with Bobby Lashley anyways? He's insane. When they got out of the car, Denise, and they're all gigantic. I'm like, who would want to fight these guys for reals? Like if you stood these guys up, and who would be like, oh yeah, me, I want to fight these guys? No, they're gigantic. Bobby Lashley comes out for his match, has amazing looking gear too, on top of his amazing looking suits. He's gigantic. He's just destroying Cheeseburger and the other guy. And it's just like, these guys look like a gazillion dollars. And it's like, what is Bobby, before we fully get into it, Denise, what do you think Bobby Lashley's place is in the future of AEW? Because like, this guy is a main eventer. He's a former world champion. Like, what's going to be his place in AEW beyond this Swerve feud?
I think your question is, will he become AEW world champion?
That's my question.
Right. I can't sit here and say that there's not a world where Bobby Lashley isn't AEW world champion. Yeah. But then again, the opening isn't that clear, because it's not like Bobby Lashley is a big fish in a small pond. That's not the case. Like, no. Bobby Lashley is in there with a bunch of other people. He's in there with a bunch of other sharks in a pond where there's only, a limited amount of spots. And we're still here, talking about future upcoming champions. And I know for a fact we're naming probably a couple of people before we get to Bobby Lashley. So I'm not going to sit here and say he's not going to be a potential AEW world champion. But I am saying that it's difficult, and there is a line. Like, this is looking like Disneyland right now. There is a line for this.
There's a line, dude. Okay? It's around the block, you guys. No, I feel you. I was thinking that in this one. I'm like, man, Lashley's hard to deny, but the line is so long, you guys. Like, we talked about it in some upcoming specials of what we think the future of AEW is going to look like. And like just going down the list of AEW's roster, and you got Ospreay, that's like undeniable. Hangman's in there, I think, in a very high space. Where Kenny Omega, does he exist in this world? Swerve is this guy's opponent and is in the same place, like also like undeniable. Like, there's so many slotted guys that I think are next up. Like, will Bobby Lashley be in that place? I think it's great that, like the super chat says, Swerve doesn't need the championship at this moment. He's a main event guy. The crowd loves him. When Who's House hit earlier and kind of introduced Swerve to the crowd, they're right in for it. Like, he's ready for any moment, and he can be in non-title feuds that still feel super important.
No, yeah, I 100% agree with that. I thought this was cool. And yeah, for sure, he was 100% setting up that guy with the fur jacket. But that's what we want, right? Right. Like, we want to see guys that are, because here's the thing. He's not out there with Prince Nana. You're talking about him losing his friends. He has to outsmart 3 other guys. He's got to find a way to be a step ahead of them. And I mean, we see it all the time in movies and whatnot. Whenever there's that good guy that's up against like 100 people, well, what does he usually do to get on top? He's got to outsmart them.
Yep, got to be wearing little outfits and thing, be over here, move stealthily. And that plays into Swerve character because he's cool. He would move in this way anyways, and it just like enhances what that whole thing is. This match on Saturday, though, I think it's going to be super intriguing. Swerve and Bobby Lashley, first time ever one-on-one match. I like all the build up to it. I think it's going to be really dope. I'm super excited about it.
All right, we got Grapple Geekery here who says, I muted Jericho to watch the Skeet story. I clearly made the right choice. Oh my God. Did you see that, Reg?
The Jericho thing or the Skeet story?
Well, I guess first the Skeet story. Did you see the Skeet story?
Yes, Denise, you killed me when you were like, oh, I thought it meant move out of the way. And like, skeet out of the way is so
right, like skeet. But can you see? Can tell me you got my vision, Reg?
I can see it though. That's what's really funny. And like, as Will's trying to tell you it's not, and you like, you keep doing your hand like that because you're like, that's what it is, right? Like the motion of like skeet, and like, no, a lot of people don't get out of the way when skeet happens.
That's terrible. It's so terrible. No, I was talking about this yesterday. But basically the funniest thing about this, and this is the part in the video that you don't see, is that right afterwards, when we were done filming this, we were downstairs in Will's basement. Mm-hmm. Okay. And Will runs up like a little kid going to freaking Disneyland. He's so freaking excited. Reg, you know what happens next. You're sitting there with Will's wife. My husband's there. You're there. And Will runs up there and he's like, guess what? Denise doesn't know what skeet means. And I'm standing there and everybody is like, jaws dropped on the floor, eyes bulging out and shit. And I'm like, damn, Will. And then at his party, Reg, did you hear him telling everybody at his party, people that I barely met for the very first time are being told, hey, this girl doesn't know what skeet means?
Yeah, no, by that time I had a whole bunch of Hennessy, so I didn't know what was going on. But
hey, I'm just going to say this. Reg kept disappearing at the party. Like you were there 1 second and then you weren't and then you were and then you won't. I would turn around and I'd be like, where's Reg? Gone. You'd be gone for like 30 minutes and then you'd come back, eat a chip.
Because I remember that I had a plate and I'm like, oh yeah, there's food, dude. I gotta go.
But you kept disappearing. And I'm like, yeah, Reg is up to no good, probably.
I was up to no good. No, Phil and I drank that bottle of Hennessy and I was just so drunk.
Yeah. So we're okay. And we got to get into the Jericho stuff, by the way, because this was actually not terrible. Did you hear me, Reg, what I said?
No, I heard you. I'm
not
listening.
Terrible.
Okay. All right. No, I
actually laughed at this. This was hilarious. Can I be honest? It was hilarious.
As it was happening, Denise, I was thinking, this is funny, but kind of long. I'm like, they're people fighting for time on this show. And as they're slowly walking this thing, I'm like, I'm with you. If this match was happening at Full Gear, this match isn't happening till next Wednesday. So why are we spending precious Full Gear dedicated time to this? That's the only problem that I had, but I thought it was a pretty all right bit.
Dude, it was funny. This was actually the thing that worked the most, because this was the whole bit that they did where Ishii was stalking Chris Jericho for not signing the contract. I'm sorry. I found it hilarious that he had to keep walking and keep turning around and Ishii's just like right behind him. And it started to give me a little anxiety, like being followed like that. I was like, bro, you can tell Jericho is not a woman, because a woman would have had her dang key out already. You know what I mean? Like, ready to stab somebody or some pepper spray or something. I would have been dialing the cops already. I would have been turning around, running, doing something crazy. I would not
your
be
location
walking
on your phone. That's usually the first. I
would be dialing 911 already. All right. Like I would not be like casually, hey, let me see.
No, I did like the Chris Jericho slowly looking back. He was looking like David Spade. I was like, this bit is pretty good. He's slowly looking back and like Ishii's just stone faced because he's the stone pit bull. And when they finally get to the ring, he's like, dude, sign this contract. Like I'm not gonna stop until you do it. So yeah, I'm with you, but I'm like, this could have been on Rampage, maybe.
Right, but this is probably the best thing they've done with the learning tree, though.
Ever?
Yeah. What's better than what they've done? Name another better learning tree segment. Besides the one when we first heard Brian Keith, when he first snapped and was like, "You better respect Chris Jericho," something like that. Whatever he said, that was really funny.
Yeah, that Brian Keith one. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you. I can't think of another one at the moment. I'm having a Denise Salcedo moment, so I can't think of exactly the moment. But yeah, this was pretty good.
Right. This was probably the best thing that they've done with the learning tree. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it wasn't, hi guys, and we're the learning tree.
But it was that. That's how it started.
I mean, yeah, for like a second, but that ended really fast. Usually we get way more time with this.
And I did like how he walked out to his picture and he's like, this guy looks good. That was pretty good. Jericho was pretty good tonight. I'm not going to listen.
See, this was good.
Time mark this and put it in the annals of history. Yeah, Jericho did a great bit tonight.
That was fun. Yeah, that was good. All right, Sheldon Jackson, thank you so much for gifting 5 DWO memberships. We got Matt Logan here who says, Reg, I'm sorry, no Mama Wayne tonight.
Listen, you can't get everything you want, Matt. Like there were some things here dedicated exactly for me, but not everything. I was wondering, no, that's funny because I was thinking not a Mama Wayne, funny enough, but I was like, where's Hook?
Oh, you were thinking about Hook? Oh, we know you like his cute shorts, so.
Oh, man, come on.
Hey, you said it. You were like, oh, look at his cute shorts.
They were like, cute shorts, Denise. Damn, leave me alone.
So today you weren't thinking about Mama Wayne. You were thinking about Hook.
That's crazy. Look, as a wrestler.
Oh, as a wrestler, but yet when I wanted Jay White on top on the roster, all of a sudden it wasn't the same, was it now?
Like, I was just thinking about Hook, and I wasn't thinking about Hook on top. I was just thinking about Hook. Like, where is he? His dad is out. There's a bit. No, all right.
No, but for reals, where's Hook?
Where's Hook at though? Wasn't there like they were doing like a story thing? What happened?
Yeah. No, it's been a minute since we've seen Hook. Damn, I'm trying to think what's been going on with Hook. Didn't he just get what's the last thing we saw with Hook?
I feel like they did.
It was recent.
It wasn't when he met him in the ring, right? And was like, what?
I was just talking about him the other day, and I had said, like, oh, you need to present Hook more like a man instead of a child. So you keep presenting him like a child. Did I say that?
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Because I remember that.
Or was that a different video?
Maybe.
Am I spoiling our own video?
Could be, man. You're just putting it all out into the world. Yeah, no, I don't know. Where the heck is Hook at? Has it been that long? It hasn't been that long.
Time out. We'll have to figure this out just a little bit. Okay, yeah, thank you so much, MCAS Pedo. He's like, Hook grabbed Nick Wayne last week. Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, he grabbed him up. That's right. Okay.
We're slow. We're aging. We need help over here.
That's how, I was like, I feel like it just happened, but I can't remember at all. Yeah, that was just last week.
He got kidnapped by Nick Wayne, and we didn't remember that.
That's right. He snatched him over the thing. I do remember that. Damn. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Like, I remember it now that everyone said it, but damn, we're slow. All right. Rick Young says Hobbs had one nip out during the entrance. Play nip game.
You want to add Hobbs to the nip game?
Yeah, I'm going to have to add him. You know who always has one nip out? And I always noticed this? It was Bronson Reed. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah, he does.
Bronson Reed, every time one strap is the opposite direction.
One nip, just like nip slippies. What a weird ass game you created, Denise.
What?
I said, what a weird ass game you created.
I didn't create that game.
Who created it?
I stole that from Quizlemania. They used to play it all the time. And so I was like, this is a great game. I'm going to continue this.
White guys.
The one game that I did create though, and I when I hosted Quizlemania, was called Denise. Knees, like kneecaps.
Like, whose knees are these?
Whose knees are these? That one I did create. Knees.
Stupid.
I'm gonna have you play Denise.
That's pretty good bit, Denise.
Yeah, I just they now can't hear it. You know,
that's pretty good bit, Denise.
You know where I used to always hear my freaking name and it would drive me crazy? Every time they would say niece with just Tony.
Oh, yeah.
They wouldn't say, like, they would be like, oh, niece, did blah, 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 right? Because they were just referring to him by his last name.
Because he would hit a knee.
That shit would drive me crazy. I'm like, can you guys at least say Tony niece? Because if not, I keep hearing Denise and Denise over and over again, and it's killing me while I'm watching this.
Why are you guys saying my name on this random show?
Right. It throws me off. So I don't enjoy watching Tony Nese wrestle for that particular reason.
Oh, that's why, huh?
Hey, Tony Nese not about to catch some strays here tonight.
You better not. I like Tony Nese. I'm a big fan.
We got Sheldon Jackson here who says, ladies and gentlemen, Denise's new name is Denise Pillow Princess Salcedo.
It's crazy. Salcedo is insane.
Today, my husband did something pretty petty. And then I said that I was going to get him back. And I said, you know me, I don't take anything lying down.
Oh, yo, whoa.
And then I was like, wait, hold on, I'm Pillow Princess. Never mind.
Take everything lying, man. That's the bit. What he did, though, I'm very interested in what he did.
Okay, so, damn, I got to tell this fucking story.
If he said he's ready, I love to hear it.
All right, so basically what happened is this weekend, my husband, you know what conchas are, the Mexican bread?
Mm-hmm.
My husband bought a big-ass box of conchas this weekend, and I was upset. I'm like, you know, I'm trying to lose weight. Why would you go and buy a big box of conchas? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you know, I'm trying to lose weight. It's the holidays. Why are you just going out and buying all of this? And he was like, well, then you don't have to eat it.
You don't gotta eat them.
So I said, yeah, but who's going to eat them now? Like, now we have them. Someone has to eat them. So it caused a whole ass argument, right? So he was like, you don't have to eat them. And he's like, I'm going to put them away, whatever, right? So then this morning today, Today I was like, man, I want a snack.
Oh no, worst nightmare.
Guess what he did? This petty ass shit that he did to me. Look at this. You see that up there? All the way at the top is the freaking concha.
Oh, you can't reach?
I can't reach that shelf. I have to climb the
counter. So you got to look silly while getting the concha.
Yeah, and so basically I lose the argument that I made this whole case about how I'm not going to eat them. And not only did I eat it, but I had to actually climb for it.
You had to work for it too. Damn, good bit. Yeah, he got your ass.
Bro, I was so mad. I was like, mother.
You deserved it, Denise. You deserved it. Because he knew you were going to want some.
I only got one though. Bro, he got like 40, okay? Like, what am I going to do? There's like 40 in there. Damn. What am I going to do with all of that?
Why did he get so many though?
That's what I'm saying.
I thought you were going to say like 10, but 40?
But it's those big packs, like those family packs. And I'm like, bro, there's 2 people in the house.
Only 2 of you guys.
Who's going to eat those?
The homie went and cashed out. He's like, now let me get the big box.
There's going to be a whole argument this weekend.
So good. I love it.
All right, we got a hamburger helper here who says, my bank account is crying. Bought All-In tickets. Now I have to save up for Revolution. Hey, Reg and Denise, are you going to All-In and Revolution? Well, first of all, I mean, it could be worse. You could have bought WrestleMania tickets for like $1 million more. So I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure All-In tickets weren't as expensive. But Reg, are you going to go to All-In or Revolution?
I'm going to be at All-In Texas. Yes. Very much planning on that. And definitely going to be down in Los Angeles for Revolution. I'm so excited about that.
All right. Well, wait, did you say you're going to be at All-In?
Yeah, I'm going to be in Texas.
Oh, you are going to be there.
Yeah.
I thought you. Oh, that's right. You said you were going to be there.
Yeah. We're going to try to do a thing, I think.
Yeah, you said you were.
Yes, I'm going to be there, Denise. Yeah, and definitely at Revolution too. I'm excited. The beginning of the year is pretty lit for AEW and me. So I'll be at the Fresno show a day after my birthday. Revolution's 2 days before my birthday, so we'll celebrate, Denise.
When's your birthday?
March 11th.
March 11th. Oh yeah, you got to remind me that. I got to put it in my new calendar.
Yeah.
So for me, I think I'm going to All-In. I haven't just really decided yet. Yeah. Revolution, haven't decided yet, even though it's literally right here across the street from me.
Haven't decided yet. It's right there. You can see it.
I know that, but
oh yeah, you don't like to go to shows anymore.
No, that's not it. I like to do my watch-alongs.
That's what I'm talking about. You don't like to go to shows anymore because you like to do the watch-alongs.
Yeah, I do. And so like it keeps me going. I'm like, do I want to get up and drive to LA downtown or look for parking and get off the car and get in and pay for parking
or make money? Yeah, I got you.
You see what I'm saying? Decisions. I'm an adult, Reg. I got to make adult decisions.
I'm with you. It's just so different how it used to be. Like going to the show was the thing, but like when you get into a different position, it's like not even. It's just weird. That's
yeah,
weird.
It's work. It's work.
It's work now. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to describe.
Yeah. We got thank you so much, Hamburger Helper. And I hope you have a good time at all the shows that you go to. We got Nat Yetta, Brain Rotted Dummy Mummy. Y'all are killing me with this username. Says, Denise, your face looking shinier than an NHL
ring. I was getting there. That's why I had to turn my fan on. It's kind of warm in here.
Put a puck in here. You can start like put a little puck on my face.
Zoom. I was about to check out the ice skating. I've never been ice skating rink, but we walked by the ice skating rink last night. And I was like, I don't want to die. So do you know how to ice skate?
Yeah, I know how to ice skate.
When would you ice skate in fucking LA, Denise?
They have ice skating rinks all the time. I go like every year, and then they also have like a year-round ice rink here too.
And you pull up?
I pull up.
What?
Yeah, I have a good time. I used to love to rollerblade too, so I'm really good at rollerblading as well.
Wow, I didn't know Denise was down with the X Games.
I can go fast. I can go fast. Like you see my knees. Like you know how when some people rollerblade, their knees are completely straight. They're like this. Nah, bro, I bend the knees and everything.
I can go fast. You guys are so funny. Denise just down the street, just they're roller skating.
Dude, I used to have like really cute Barbie roller skates. So yeah.
That is so funny, dude.
Yeah, you need to go to a nice drink. They're fun. They're very fun.
Yeah.
Leonard Aarons III says, brutal ending to Dynamite. Orange Cassidy is not just fighting Mox. He's fighting the last 2 years of Full Gear mishaps for Mox. Last year was Orange Cassidy beating him. 2 years ago in Newark, he lost the title. So let's get to that. Let's talk about the closing of AEW Dynamite, because we had Wheeler Yuta versus Orange Cassidy. And dude, Wheeler Yuta was up and awake tonight. Yeah. I don't know how else to say this. You can tell that he recognized the prestige of being in a singles main event match on Dynamite against Orange Cassidy, who has been a big part of AEW, still has some of the most top watched videos on AEW's YouTube channel, one of the most popular AEW people, period. So I really noticed that Wheeler Yuta stepped it up here tonight. Like, dude was laying shit in, and I thought, like, to be honest, Wheeler Yuta haven't had the Wheeler Yuta won me over moment yet.
Right.
And I'm inching closer and closer, and this match definitely helped me go, I'm looking at you a little differently, because I just haven't gotten there yet with Wheeler Yuta. So this definitely helped. I thought this match was very entertaining. And before we get to the ending with the Death Riders and all of that, what'd you think of the matchup?
Yeah, no, I thought that exactly like you're describing here. Yuta was all up Orange Cassidy's butt this whole match, you guys. I like the little pre-tape that they had did with Moxley talking. Yuta looked like he was being held hostage, and I love that Tony Schiavone brought it up on TV. He was like, did you guys notice that Wheeler looked like he was being held hostage that whole time? Marina's like staring him down, but it wasn't about him being held hostage. It was about this guy is locked in. He knows exactly like Denise is describing. This is one of the most popular wrestlers in all of AEW. His videos do hella views still. Like, there's something attached to Orange Cassidy. There's a reason that he's in this match with John Moxley. And so Yuta came with it. He like brought all the tricks that Bryan Danielson's ever taught him. He's brought all the things that Claudio has taught him. He's scared that John Moxley's going to beat his ass if he doesn't do the job that Moxley told him to do. So he's just beating the crap out of Orange Cassidy at every moment. Orange Cassidy would get these moments where he was like, no, actually, I'm fighting back. And Yuta's like, no, you're not, dude. I'm going to kill you, because if I don't kill you, they're going to kill me, dude. They talk about it all the time. Like, if I don't do the job, I'm out of here. And so, like, just that sense of urgency that Yuta was using the whole match. And he looks like, I'm a man, Denise, like you're saying, like, he hasn't had a moment where it's like, Yuta, like, you have to show that you belong here. And tonight he was like, you guys, I'm a man. I'm not going to let these guys play no games no more. I'm here to fight. Really great display. But I loved Orange Cassidy this whole show of like, he is fighting so hard for AEW that there's nothing in the world that Yuta could have did beyond dropping him off a building to get him to stop. Like, there's a locomotive train that's Orange Cassidy, and he's going to get to his destination. And so they have the really fun match. Orange Cassidy ends up winning. The Death Riders come out. They're looking all menacing. John Moxley has his black shirt on. They tape Orange Cassidy's arms up, and he's doing the in-pocket gimmick. And I like this whole thing too, because they're bullying him, Denise. I was like, this is mean, you guys. Like, he's standing in the middle. It feels like high school. They're like pushing him around, putting his hair, giving him noogies and all this thing. I'm like, this is rude, you guys.
He's a city twister.
Yeah, getting titty twist, like they're getting all kind of stuff. They're just destroying Orange Cassidy, and then Moxley knocks him out. But they do all that, and I thought the end was the best part of Orange Cassidy gets up slowly, puts on the shades, puts his hands in his pockets, like, dog, it's going to take way more than that for you to kill me. I didn't need nobody out here to help, and I'm not going to need anybody to defeat you. I think it really showed how strong Orange Cassidy is, and it showed how badass I keep wanting to call them BCC now, even though they have a name. The Death Riders are of like, we've been talking all this shit, and we're going to beat this guy's ass. We're going to bully him, and there's nothing that any of you fools going to do. Nobody's going to even come down and try, because we've asserted our dominance over this brand.
Yeah, I think they like the creative stuff in terms of, I thought it was creative that they taped his hands, Orange Cassidy's hands into his pockets. Like, I thought that looked cool, because I'm like, shit, how the hell is he going to get out of that? But, obviously he has the conglomeration eventually come out and help him out. So, no, this was a fun little way to end Dynamite. It's still, I don't know how I feel. I don't necessarily feel, though, like, I just don't feel the story is that hot, though. The feud is that hot. Like, it's not.
Well, you don't believe that Orange Cassidy's going to win.
That too. And even because we've been here before, right? Like, I mean, Leonard Aarons III just ran it down. We've been here before. We've seen Orange Cassidy and Jon Moxley. And when Orange Cassidy did get his win, it felt phenomenal. And I didn't necessarily think that we needed to run it back again. This kind of feels like, oh, we don't really got anything else at the moment, so let's go with something that's reliable. And that's what this feels like, instead of being like the hot, new, fresh thing. Because when I think about the feuds that I'm excited about, I think about the hot and the fresh, right? You got Jay White and Hangman Page. You got the Hurt Syndicate. That to me is the hot and the fresh type of stuff that I want to see on the program. So for me, this is kind of just there where I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I know I'm going to get a good match out of this, but this is not going to make me care more about either group right now.
Well, I think the whole thing is, it could be a calculated effort, but like, we all know who we want to beat Jon Moxley, and those people had a hotter match and hotter story in this show with Darby Allin and Claudio. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a contingent of fans that want Darby Allin to win and to be the one to beat Jon Moxley. And it feels like they're telling the story of like, no matter what, I think I said this last week, no matter what the Death Riders do, Darby Allin's still on their ass. They could kill him, run him over, hit him with the car. Like, he's still going to be there no matter what. And like, you guys are telling me the story that, again, like Denise said earlier, I want Darby Allin to be the one to beat him. So like, this Orange Cassidy just feels like a placeholder till we get to Darby, you know?
It really does. It really does. We got Nat Yetta here, brain rotted dummy mummy, who says Claudio's the wizard turned Darby into a body bag. Bro, I know usually we're used to seeing him in the body bag. This time he turned into the body bag.
Yes, it was crazy.
Leonard Aarons III, thank you so much for all your generosity. Sends in another super chat saying, also, it's going to take a certain kind of maniac to topple Moxley, especially this iteration of him. That person is Eddie Kingston. Takes a king to kill a king, and Eddie beat Mox last December. Do we have to run back Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston? Do you think there's still more there?
Yes.
Really? Okay, cool.
You don't think so?
You know,
you hate running shit back, Denise. That's just your in your spirit.
Look, I'm okay with running things back. I really am. Only if it feels abso-freaking-lutely necessary. Now, there are certain things that are on the show that are for me and certain things that are not. There's some things where I'm like, I'm kind of out of the loop in this story. I don't think that I've ever been like a big Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston fan like other people, because there's other people that are like dying, like, oh my God, I love Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley. I see it all the time, and that's cool, right? That's your thing. That's what gets your motor running. It's not really does anything for me. Didn't do anything for me the last time. So for me, I'm like, oh, I've seen it enough at this point where I don't have to go for it and see it again. But I do agree with Leonard's point here, where it does have to be a certain kind of maniac, so to say, to bring down Moxley. Yes, I do agree with that, because Jon Moxley is kind of, he's wanting to take down AEW. He's doing all of this crazy stuff. I mean, he's hitting people in the hands with hammers and taping people down and all of the other nonsense and putting people in plastic bags. All of the things that Jon Moxley has done, you do need someone to match that freak. It could be Eddie Kingston, but I think Eddie Kingston's still going to be out for a bit, since it's been, gonna look like it's a long time, and it still hasn't been the whole year that we were expecting. Right. So I do think that they should use that opportunity, though, to build somebody up to get to that point. Somebody new, somebody fresh, somebody like that's, I think, that can get over by getting the rub on Jon Moxley.
But yeah, I think as somebody who is a fan of Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston stuff, they definitely have to run it back. Like, if Jon Moxley's the AEW World Champion when Eddie Kingston's back, like, that's definitely a story that needs to be finished. They always have a built-in history, so it kind of makes a lot of sense. So I would definitely love to see it, but I still think what Leonard is describing here is Darby Allin, so it still just runs back to Darby Allin.
I'm sorry, but Eddie Kingston, Jon Moxley does not need the AEW World Championship. Am I crazy? I'm sorry.
I think it does.
I don't think it does.
Because I think there's a fandom in AEW that wants Eddie Kingston to be world champion. So I think if you get him somewhere close to that,
I just feel like we're so far from that. I mean, we were just talking about how Bobby Lashley has this long ass line to wait. I see Bobby Lashley several spots ahead of Eddie Kingston.
There's some like feel good, like ones that are still there that AEW fans and hopefuls are always going to stick behind. Eddie Kingston is going to be that one. He got into the fans' heart of they want him to be world champion. They want him to succeed. They want him to be somebody. So I don't think it'll ever end for a certain sect of fan. Like you said, you're not really the hugest.
And then there's other championship belts. There's the TNT, Continental, International. I mean, how many? I've lost track already of how many belts he has.
Eddie Kingston's story, for his story that he told, he was going to retire. WWE was trying to make him a coach. He should not be wrestling right now. He garnered all this attention and got a bunch of fans off of that. They want him to be world champion. So for him, this person that wasn't supposed to make it, doesn't have the body type, not your prototypical wrestler, if that guy's world champion, it means a lot.
All right. Fair enough. You made some good points.
How you gonna be an Eddie Kingston hater, Denise? That's crazy.
I'm not being an Eddie Kingston hater. I'm just saying that I have a bunch of names that are just way ahead for me.
Well,
way ahead.
Yeah, of course. Ospreay. Like Ospreay should get the championship tomorrow.
Ospreay, Darby Allin. I put Hangman Page in there again. Somebody we were just talking about Swerve again. Also, I mean, God, there's so many. I'm out here trying to think of everybody that I want. Okada, how the fudge am I sitting here taking this long to say Okada's name?
But see, the thing is, you got to have some people in between there that are not going to be long range. So if Eddie Kingston comes in,
cool.
He's a champion for a month or two. He gets that little reign. Yeah, I'm not saying give Eddie Kingston the strap and give him the Roman Reigns rub. I'm talking about give him these good big wins, some feel good for the fans, and then we're moving forward.
All right, fine. That I'm on board with. All right.
Yes.
I'm on board. All right.
Eddie Kingston hater. That's crazy.
I'm sorry that my favorite wrestlers don't exactly match your favorite wrestlers, Reg. I got my own favorite wrestlers, okay? The Moneymaker Kris just found out yesterday that Dynamite is coming to DC next month on December 18th. The first show they have done here since last summer. Tickets go on sale next week. I plan to be there. I love that, Kris. Out here promoting Dynamite and DC. Dude, I've been wanting to go to DC for the longest time. Never been. There's still so many places that I want to hit up, just all over, especially in the East Coast. So many places I still haven't gone to, but no, man, that's great. Especially since it's a winter December show. That's going to get you in the holiday spirit. Violence is going to get you in the holiday spirit.
Exactly. A couple of days before Christmas. DC is always a really good crowd. They deserve more shows. So this should be really fun.
We got Nat Yetta, Brain Rotted Dummy Mummy, who says, how does Mina Shirakawa pay tribute to the late legendary rapper, Old Dirty Bastard, whenever she's shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy. Wait, is that the shimmy, shimmy? Wait, which is the one that goes shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff or something? Which one? Who does shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff?
Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff.
Who does that? Someone does that.
Someone does.
Shimmy, shimmy.
Oh my God. You're thinking of some
who sings that
remix, I'm sure. Some pop star that destroyed a great hip-hop song.
Someone says down, down, baby. Dun, 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 dun,
oh, you're thinking of Nelly.
Shimmy, shimmy. Is that the shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff? Someone said Nelly. Is it not
Cocoa Puff? Nelly? Yeah.
Am I singing the lyrics?
I just didn't think you would be thinking of Nelly.
Okay, hold on. What's the name of the song? Nelly?
Country Grammar. Hot shit.
What is it? Country what?
Country Grammar.
So how do the lyrics go? Hold on.
Damn,
is that the Shimmy Shimmy Cocoa Puff song?
No. Maybe the radio.
Oh, he says Shimmy Shimmy Cocoa what? Listen to it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go.
Wait. Smoking on dubs and clubs, blowing it up like Cocoa Puffs.
All right, say that fast.
I got the Cocoa Puffs from. Hold on. Yeah, shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa what?
Mm-hmm. Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa what?
No.
I just didn't think you would be thinking of Nelly. That's why. That's on me.
I didn't even know Nelly sang that song. I was just thinking of Shimmy, Shimmy, Cocoa Puff.
Yeah, all right.
All right, well, let's see what else we got here. Thank you so much, Nat Yetta. Thank you to Moneymaker Kris. Nat Yetta also says the Glamazon should be Mariah for her AEW title. Dude, the Glamour versus the Glamazon. I'm actually on board with that.
I mean, there's been some talk, some things, and some stuff, and I'd be a big fan of that.
We got Nat Yetta who says that fake Swerve kind of looked like Javon Evans.
Listen, I didn't want to be racist to my own people. But when I saw him, I was like, yo, the homie's supposed to be on NXT. I don't think you could be backstage like that. No, I swear, I was like, look, I'm not trying to be one of those people, but it looks like
to your own people.
Most definitely, 1,000.
Really? Because I feel like you can make jokes about, like, for example, like I can make Mexican jokes, you can make black jokes that other people would be like, oh, that's a little inappropriate, but it's like, oh, it's inappropriate because you're not black or you're not Mexican or whatever.
So funny that a Mexican would say that. I've seen Mexicans be brutal to other Mexicans, so brutal.
No, that's true. I've seen it too. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen it.
You're like, wow, you guys are saying that to each other? That's crazy.
Well, to be fair, we're kind of mean to each other sometimes. Like we can call each other all sorts of names. But if you add the joke is if you add Ito at the end, it's okay.
That makes it okay.
Supposedly, that's the
you say the most brutal thing in the world. Just say Ito at the end. Like,
for example, if I say, oh, you're a fail. Fail is ugly, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what that means, right? You're fail, you're ugly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If I say, like, you're a feito, like, oh, it's cute. You're a feito.
If you're a little ugly, it makes it okay.
You little ugly. Isn't that terrible? That's what it is. They're like, oh, if you add the ito, it's harmless. If you don't add the ito, it's kind of messed up.
I've heard that before. That's why I'm like, this sounds familiar. It's probably because
there's memes and everything about it, okay? I did not make this up.
Wow. But yeah, he did look like Javon Evans, though, for real. I was like, damn, it's crazy.
That's so funny. Infamous Rigger Loco says, damn, I gotta pop in to say WTF is up with the Cali connection. Saw Denise do a podcast with the Under Chinadu Taker. LOL, have a great podcast, Skeep. So yesterday, Chinadu rolled up with a
no, I saw the big hat. Yeah.
Yeah, the big hat.
The big Julia Hart hat.
I have one of those. I have a white. Okay, so remember when I was Goldust for Halloween? Mm-hmm. I just realized I could be Julia Hart because I have the black hat and I have the blonde wig, but I didn't put two and two together. This whole time I could have been Julia Hart.
Messed up a Halloween costume. Now I gotta wait all the way till next year. She'll have a new gimmick probably.
Yeah, by then it'll be too late. But anyways, Infamous Hero Loco, thank you so much for hopping onto the show. We got Cory MacArthur in the house who says, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy time. My favorite duo, the California Connection. Pillow Princess Denise Ski and beanie cap wearing dope rapper Righteous Reg. I love that. I love how you get like these really great compliments and mine it's cool. Like Pillow Princess and Skeet Sato.
You're gross.
I'm gross. You gotta add the ito, okay? Grossito.
You're grossito, my bad.
You're grossito. Without the ito, it's just mean.
I'm just like, you're gross.
You see what I'm saying? You add the ito.
I see.
It's not that bad.
It changes a lot, Denise. I'm with you. Changes a lot.
Cory MacArthur, thank you so much for the kind comment. I hope you're having a good week.
Appreciate
We got Infamous Rare Local says, Yee, Reg knows the dip protocol. You dip and come back. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Oh, I was waiting for confirmation, Reg. Well-rounded Leo says, I'm sorry, Bobby should skip the line to become champion. He looks more legit than the entire AEW roster.
You see, Denise, there are a lot of people that feel like Leo here. That's not like Leo saying this. Like, this is how a lot of people feel. They're like, that's Bobby Lashley, fool. He should be knocking all these fools down and becoming world champion. And so I was like, wondering if you felt the same way. You don't, but there are a lot of people that do.
It's not necessarily about the look. To me, it's because you can have you have
not the look, just like his pedigree. Like he's a world champion and he made guys Bobby Lashley, you know?
Yes, his pedigree, of course. That's why I was saying like he's still several spots ahead of other people for me because of that pedigree. And then in terms of the look, yeah, he looks great. He looks like $1 million. Like that's the kind of guy that AEW should be sending to, Jimmy Fallon and all these other places where you want to send your champion to represent your company. Bobby Lashley is that guy. And with all of the years and years of experience, like this dude knows what he's doing. He knows what it's like to be in how many years wasn't he in WWE in the most corporate environment?
A long time. Like most of his career is based in big corporation of WWE. So he totally gets it. But AEW just doesn't. They don't ever do a guy come. Will Ospreay came in the hottest wrestler in the world, and he's not anywhere close to the world championship. That's just like they build, they tell stories, they make things. They make things make sense. They don't ever just rush in anything, which I've come to appreciate.
But everybody thought that was going to happen. Like, everybody thought that Will Ospreay was going to win right away. I think that was Tony Khan trying not to be predictable. Because everybody was like, oh, it's going to be super predictable. Will Ospreay is going to win the title. Remember when we had Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland and everybody was like, we know Tony's going to go with his golden boy, Will Ospreay. Like, how many people weren't commenting that? And it was just stupid because, like, if you're going to have a golden boy, hell, it's going to be Will Ospreay, but for many reasons, right? Like, it's well-deserved. But
eventually, AEW is going to have to not do that. They're going to have to actually pull the trigger because the beginning of this particular company, AEW, I thought off rip, Kenny Omega's the hottest wrestler in the fucking world. He should be AEW World Champion. The Young Bucks are fucking the reason this company was created. They should be AEW World Tag Team Champions. But they did that thing where they're like, they expect people to do it. It's predictable. It's blah, blah, blah. So they didn't do it. Sometimes you should do it. Like, we expect it and you should execute it. You know what I mean?
That's what I felt too. I felt that Will Ospreay was going to be champion within the beginning, and I wasn't mad about that. I was thrilled as fuck. Like, had he won the title, I would have been thrilled. Are you kidding me? It would have been phenomenal. And when he does win, it's going to be phenomenal, and I can't wait for it to happen. I feel like it just has to happen. It's going to happen in 2025. If we go past 2025 and that shit hasn't happened, I'm about to write Tony a letter and be like, dear Anthony, we need to have a conversation. But no, for real,
we're doing our best at 2025 next year, Denise, and we're still like, oh, and Ospreay, I can't believe he didn't come champion. We're going to be screaming on that thing. I swear. Cause like, undeniable, guys. Every time he's on, we're gonna talk about this great match that started the show. Like, Ospreay is the guy.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now, and I'm warning everybody here. I'm warning everybody.
Making threats.
I'm making threats. If I see any Will Ospreay slander on my timeline when he becomes AEW World Champion, I don't have a no fighting rule, Reg. I don't fight with people. I'm gonna fight.
You gonna fight? But how could fight? I was going to say, how could they? But there's always Ospreay slander. People don't like Ospreay for some reason.
I know, but specifically, they think like he's too choreographed and blah, 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 whatever it is that they think. But I'm like, okay, if it specifically happens when he's AEW World Championship in regards to his reign, like, oh, his reign sucks. I'm gonna be like,
happening.
Oh, it's fucking got
not worry. It's happening. No matter what, he could have the best reign of all time. People are like, that sucks. Shit sucks. He does flips. He doesn't even do that many flips.
Oh man. All right. Well, either way, it's got to happen at some point. Thank you so much, Well-Rounded Leo. We got Anthony Giuliano who says, who is ready for the Costco guys? Well, let's get into that bit because they were backstage with Private Party and Renee. And the big thing that they announced is that the Rizzler is gonna be there to ring the bell.
Did you brush up on your Costco guys?
Yes, I did.
Lore, so you know something about them.
Because I'm fully up to date with the Costco guys because my siblings came over last week and they were singing the songs and I was like, oh my God, I do not bond with this generation.
What songs?
Like the songs that they sing.
The Costco guys have songs too?
Yeah, they do song videos. I don't fucking know, Reg. Okay, the point is that there's songs. Okay, and I was thinking I do not have anything in common with this generation. I was sounding like an old ass lady. I was like,
now you see
these TikTok kids.
Honestly, I'm like, what are y'all talking about?
And then my husband showed me a GIF of the Rizzler, and I didn't know who it was, and I was like, no. So every time he talked about the Costco guys, I was like, because he would see the clips on Twitter. Mm-hmm. And he found them funny. He told me he liked them. And I'm like, can you not talk about that? I'm like, I don't want to hear about that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to talk about that.
It's so funny.
Right. And then the other day he was like, oh, like, look at this GIF. And it was the Rizzler, but I didn't know who it was. And I was like, oh, that kid looks funny. I'm like, who is that? He goes, the Rizzler. And I'm like, who is he? And he's like, who's with the Costco guys? I'm like, he's with the Costco guys. All of a sudden, I had interest in the Costco guys.
The Rizzler did it, huh? The Rizzler,
he did it for me. I'm like,
the Rizzler's a draw. Yeah, he's a draw.
He really is a draw. I think to me, he is a bigger draw. I mean, obviously, than all the other two, the dad and the little boy.
Yeah, like when the Rizzler comes out, like people are like excited about AJ and Big. What's the other guy's name? Big Smooth or something like that.
It's Big Justice and Big Boom AJ
and Big Boom AJ. Like they were great.
I know this now.
But when they announced the Rizzler, it was like, oh, we lit now. Like, because the Rizzler is like when they go on TV shows and when people talk about it, they're like, where's the Rizzler at though? Like, I like you guys, but where's the Rizzler? So this should be an upping the ante, and this is happening. I'm not mad at it. They're promoting it on all these channels. Like they're going to get
Jimmy
people.
Fallon.
Right. They're going to get people that weren't going to watch the show to watch the show because they're on it. So that's worth something.
My little brother knows that they're going to be wrestling. He said AEW. You think he's ever said the words AEW before?
Dude, and his sister's Denise Salcedo, and he don't care about wrestling, but the Costco guys got him to care. That's crazy.
Exactly. He doesn't care about wrestling, but yeah, the Costco guys made him. He's like, oh, I said, oh yeah, he's gonna be in a wrestling match, and they were like, oh yeah, in AEW, and I was like, the fuck you know about AEW? What? It was weird.
That's crazy.
Right, because usually, Reg, when you talk to people that do not watch wrestling, especially like kids and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, or whoever that doesn't watch wrestling, they call wrestling WWF, or they call it WrestleMania. Like the whole thing is called WrestleMania to some people.
No matter what show it all, you guys are out there watching WrestleMania.
Yes, it's always WrestleMania.
There's a really funny story. My aunt, we were doing backyard wrestling, and my cousin was building a ring, and so like he built a thing, and like he went to take a bump on it, and like nails came up through the ring and went into his back. So he like had to go to the hospital. And so he goes to the hospital, and like his mom comes in and he's like, yeah, they were out there doing WrestleMania. So always, every time I see him, I'm like, you were out there doing WrestleMania.
He's got nails in his back.
He got nails in his back, and she's in there like, yeah, he got those nails out there doing WrestleMania. He's dying in the hospital.
He didn't die, right? Like he's alive.
He was fine.
All right, so now I can make this joke. His grave died doing WrestleMania.
Yeah, died doing WrestleMania. This fool came over to play PlayStation afterwards. I'm like, what? He was like, I just came from the hospital. I'm like, dude, what? He was out there doing WrestleMania. Yeah, that's a real thing.
Can you imagine that? What'd you die of? Died of doing WrestleMania?
How did he die? Dirty nails went into my back and infected it while I was doing WrestleMania.
Don't try this at home,
Do
folks.
not try this at home. It's dangerous, you guys.
That's terrible. WrestleMania. Alejandro Reyes says, hashtag we still want Mina. Also, how do I watch you on Busted Open? Oh, yeah. So if you need to have a SiriusXM subscription. So on SiriusXM, if you download the app or you have it on your cars, like some people have it on their car or places like that, but you can do it on the app. If you download the app, you can get deals everywhere. Like they're giving deals like 3 months of Sirius for like $1.
4 months right now, you can get it. I just got it for 4 months for free. If you like, you just gotta legit find it. It's out there.
They're everywhere. Like you can go to Ralph's and all of a sudden they're like, oh, you purchase this, you can get Sirius for 3 months for $1. It's everywhere. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you just look, but seriously, yes, there. And then also on podcast feeds, they do like a little snippet. So they don't show the full 3 hours on the podcast feeds, but they'll cut like the best 20 minutes of the show. And I'm on Saturdays. So usually the Saturday 20-minute podcast will be like my bit, but I'm on the air for 3 hours on Sirius. That's where you can find the full 3 hours. Sick. Thank you for asking. We've had Reg on the show too now. Twice, right?
Yeah, 2 times. Very fun times. I still want to get on there with Mark Henry because, like, that's Mark Henry.
It hasn't happened. Like, dude, it's always freaking timing.
Every time I'm like, damn, it's going to be Mark Henry. It's going to be Mark Henry, and it isn't.
I tried last time. I was like so bummed. I was like, no, it's not Mark. I was so bummed when I found out.
I mean, Tommy Dreamer. I got to mark out to Tommy Dreamer. That was good.
Yeah, that was cool too. Mm-hmm. Nat Yetta says, Reg, did you listen to Tupac's Hennessy song yet?
What, every Tupac song ever? What do you mean? Is there a special one?
Is it like those ones where they do like those AI songs?
I hope not.
Because I heard they were doing that last time. Weren't they doing that with Tupac?
Yeah.
Where they were doing AI songs?
Drake did a...
It was Drake? That's right. I saw that. That's so messed up.
No, I'm definitely 100% against AI. I don't get down with that shit.
I'm going to do a Reg and Denise AI song.
Better not.
We got Jay Hudson here who says, can we address Mercedes' booking in AEW? Nothing she has done thus far has caught my attention. Her title reign thus far has not been good. This feud isn't benefiting Statlander or Camille. Thoughts? Wow. I don't disagree with Jay Hudson. I think you and I have had this conversation before where I do believe that there could be far more spark. I thought it started off really good. I put this feud over a million times with her and Willow. That's been the best thing. Everything after that has unfortunately not hit the mark. The Britt Baker stuff had potential, but unfortunately we all know how the Allin match went. And then after that, it's felt pretty random.
It's just the same thing that I think I said last time about it. They still haven't done the thing that I said they should do. She's still not wrestling matches the way that I think that you really get the full everything out of Mercedes is have her wrestle matches, like do the things that she's doing now, but also, and she's going to wrestle just because that gets her in front of the crowds, that develops her more, it just adds more to her character. These backstage segments and a couple minutes here and stuff talking just isn't enough to build people who don't already know and think Mercedes is amazing. There's a bunch of people that still are like, she's a WWE wrestler, she's this, they don't like her, and they like, she hasn't done enough to overcome that. I think she has, but like in their eyes, she hasn't done enough to overcome that. And the way that you make her overcome that is just put her in more matches. And I don't know if they're going to do that. It's been really interesting, the switch with Camille, right, Denise? Like,
bro, Camille has been having a string of bad luck. It's like she's just out there getting punked, bro. At this point, she is. Am I wrong? She's getting punked.
She's getting punked. I'm sad for her. Like at one point, I'm like, I'm not sad for her because she be on some wild shit. But I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, I feel. All right, well, let's talk about what went down with the women in this particular segment. We had Kris Statlander and Hikaru Shida, who we hadn't seen in a minute. By the way, this is why I was so upset at the crowd during this.
Yes,
I was like, where the hell was this pop for Shida? People, where was the crowd reaction for Shida? I was so disappointed in how no one realized, hey, we haven't seen Shida in a while. Let's all give a big reaction. Maybe AEW should have hyped that part up a little bit more. I don't know what they could have done to maybe just kind of put that reminder in people's head. But I'm like, oh, obviously, if you're watching, Dynamite every week, you'll know if you haven't seen Shida in a minute. But I was a little disappointed in the crowd reaction for that. I thought that the crowd just didn't care about this match. Earlier, I had said there was 2 segments where the crowd didn't care. It was this one, and then earlier it was the Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole segment, which we haven't gone into. But those 2 segments were the segments that I felt the crowd was just like completely dead. But once Kris Statlander gets a big victory over Shida, but it didn't feel like it came across that big because it felt like no one cared.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. The crowd was just dead for it. These 2 segments are back to back that you described, Denise. It started out with the Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly segment, and the crowd was just like, they were not interested. They were trying to like.
What even happened? He just warned them, and he said, "I didn't want to see my friends get burnt." That was literally all I remember.
Speaking of burnt,
I know.
Orange Cassidy, we talked about her. I mean, Adam Cole, Jesus Christ, dude, what happened? I thought it was gonna be different this week. Nope, still very orange. And like you said, Denise, at one point, Kyle O'Reilly's like, I don't want to see my friends get burned. I'm like, too late, dude.
Reg, I was dying. When he said that, I thought whoever wrote this promo did not think about this like all the way through, because he literally said, I don't want my friends to get burnt. Pause. They went from a shot of Kyle O'Reilly to Adam Cole, who's all orange. And I'm thinking,
orange.
Is anybody paying attention back there?
It's crazy. I feel like it's a bit at this point, Denise. He had orange shoes on. I'm like, I think
he had orange shoes on.
I feel like Adam Cole might be in on this bit. Like, I'm gonna get extra
a terrible bit. This is the Jake Hager purple hat.
I know. I don't know why it's a bit. Some people have odd bits. I don't know. That's how you stay on people's mind. You just have a bit, and here it goes. This is a weird bit. But yeah, the crowd did not care. They were trying to hit like some story points and like get the crowd to care, and the crowd was just like, not interested. And then Kris Statlander comes out wearing orange. I'm like, damn, Adam Cole's out again. This is crazy. It's just like so. Like, damn, 2 oranges back to back. A lot of orange in this show. This is crazy. But Kris Statlander and Hikaru Shida worked very hard. Of course, they're both 2 very talented wrestlers, 2 of the best in AEW. I was too angry that they didn't give Shida the big pop that she deserves. She's the ace of this division. She is one of the most credible, great wrestlers that they have here. Both women really went for it. They had a lot of not a lot of time, but a lot of strong style, just like suplexes and strikes like you would expect these 2 women to have, which was a great match. I'd love to see them get a longer run, a longer time to kind of develop this match, but what it was really, really good. These women are just amazing. When they announced the match, I knew it was going to be great.
Yeah. So, I mean, Kris Statlander was able to get the better of Mercedes Moné during the segment. But yeah, I mean, come on, we're out here talking about this is the match that's going to be on Full Gear. And what was our first super chat that we got of today? It was of Mariah and Mina, in case you forgot.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they are. That's so funny because they don't even have anything announced for the show. Like they're going to not be featured, and that people are more interested in what Mina's doing than anything. Like I've been saying since this match was announced, when Mercedes and Kris Statlander get in the ring and they fucking ring the bell, none of this is going to matter. They're going to destroy it. If they get time, it's going to be amazing, and all of this is going to be washed away. But I do understand everybody's reservations with this.
Yeah, fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. Matt Logan here says, I'm very excited and I'm enjoying the Julia Hart video vignettes. Dude, I wish I knew her name. I'm so sorry. My apologies. Do you know the woman, the girl's name?
Is it Danny?
Who's doing her videos? I just saw her pop up on Twitter the other day, and I even left her a comment, but I'm blanking on her name. But she said that she's the one that's been doing the Julia Hart vignettes. I just want to say, incredible fucking job, because Reg, what have I been saying this whole freaking show? I like new and I like fresh.
It's Danny.
Danny. She is so good. She is bringing in a different vision. These visuals that they are doing for these vignettes are so cool. And they're just different. It's fresh. And I love to see that, because you can tell it's somebody's totally different eye and how they see like video production and all of that. Beautiful work that we're seeing done with those.
Yes, I've been blown away every single time, Denise. And like you said, it adds like a special different element when added into the show, because it looks different, it's presented different, it feels fresh, it feels new. Julia's acting great in it. The way that they're switching the angles, they have her with they're telling a story with the arrow, like it's just so refreshing. It feels like, especially like a wrestler like Julia Hart that the fans like a lot. She's a part of a group that they like. They were getting into her even more before she got injured. So to know she has some kind of story, some kind of something attached to it when she comes back is pretty important. She's attached to Jamie Hayter too. Jamie Hayter's talking about never facing her. I think this is a new, fresh feud too. Like all of this is just awesome. And like, shout out to Danny, because those clips are awesome.
Yeah, they look great. And then we did have another Jamie Hayter promo, but it's pretty much the same thing kind of over and over the last couple of weeks. So I think, last week someone had said they wanted to see Jamie Hayter in the ring doing a promo. And I think I'm 100% there. Do a vignette. Give this girl a vignette to do for Jamie Hayter. I'm pretty sure they can come up with something phenomenal for us to see.
Totally. So, I do want to see him in the ring though, doing a promo, because it's been pretty frustrating. Like every time there's a women something featured, it's a backstage or some kind of thing. Like just let him get in the ring. Give him 3 minutes. It'll work.
I'm curious to get your thoughts on this. Sleaze Boy says dream match, Jake Paul versus Ric Flair.
You want to see somebody die, Sleaze Boy? Why you want that? That's crazy. Ric Flair's like 80 years old at this point.
Yeah, that's wild.
Please no.
How many views do you think that would get on Netflix?
A lot.
Yeah, I know.
People are freaks. We talked all this shit after the Mike Tyson fight, but when Jake Paul's announced another one, everybody's gonna watch that too. So it's
we're suckers. We just be clicking for we just be giving people clout
every time. Denise, it's kind of sad, but I watched it too. Like they got my numbers.
Mike T90K says Denise watched the Mighty Ducks one time and was a pro roller skater. Dude, I finally have a skill, man. Like I should promote that shit. I should promote my roller skating skills. If I wasn't a wimp, I would be like those roller derby girls, the ones that fight.
Oh yeah, they're badass. Boom, they be smashing people.
If I wasn't a wimp, I'd totally do that.
Big wimp. They be hitting hard out there.
Nah, bro, I'd be crying. Like, don't hit me. It's so funny because like I always think like if another woman tried to fight me for my man, I'm like, bro, I'd fight. Like I would lose this fight. Like you would see me get my ass kicked. You know how embarrassing that is?
That's crazy. You're not gonna fight for your husband. That's wild.
I would fight, but I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
Yeah.
I think everybody here knows if they were in a fight, boy or girl, doesn't matter who you are, if you'd get your ass kicked or not.
Well, yeah.
People just don't want to admit it.
You go in knowing like you can, know what your skill level is, know what what it represents. But yeah, you don't say that out loud, Denise. You leave it in your head.
Well, but here's the thing: I can't fight, but I'm willing to do drastic things. So I'm willing So don't mess with me.
Sometimes that goes farther than winning the fight. It's a Darby Allin thing. You just described Darby Allin, Denise.
I'm Darby Allin.
You're Darby Allin.
Yeah. I'm not a Will Ospreay. Sorry. Nat Yetta says, Hater has to bring out her Great Dane next time.
She has a Great Dane?
Are we talking about a dog, right?
I would think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I wasn't sure if that was an innuendo for something else. I'm like, we're talking about a dog.
I mean, I hope so.
All right. I hope so. Crazy 101 says Daniel Garcia and Jack Perry felt like a scene from Batman. Yeah, we did have this backstage, not even backstage, a vignette rather, where they're in this dark, mysterious room and Daniel Garcia has Jack Perry tied down to the chair and he's telling them like, you don't know anything about sacrifice. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. I mean, Jack Perry did grow up Hollywood. Sure. So that is definitely true. But I liked all of it. The one part that I thought was silly though, so they had the scapegoat bus in there, right? And Daniel Garcia was trashing his car and smashing the lights, right? And I'm thinking, have you seen this car? This isn't a Lamborghini. This isn't a Ferrari or anything like this. This is a beat up bus. Why are you beating up more? This does nothing to Jack Perry.
If anything, it makes the bus look cooler. Like you're helping with the aesthetics of this dumb truck by knocking off the thing. No, that was my favorite part of it. Is like Daniel Garcia teases after Jack Perry spits in his face. Daniel Garcia teases that he's gonna hit him with like a crowbar or something, and then he starts beating up the scapegoat truck. And Jack Perry goes, "That's it."
Right? And he was like, "That's it. I'm here kidnapped just for that."
I was like, "No, Jack Perry kind of went at the end. He's all, that's it." And then he goes, and then Matt Menard's like, "That's it." And Jack Perry goes, "Get out of here." I'm like, Jack Perry is winning this, I think, you guys. I don't understand what happened here, but it was all really good.
By the way, speaking of Matt Menard, I do want to give him his flowers, though. He's been doing a good job on commentary. That's another thing that I was thinking about today. He had some funny lines in there. He was awake. You can tell. He was
like him because he switches.
That I was thinking.
Yeah, totally. He switches into that, but he switches from like serious to comedy to like he could just get into. He knows every segment what he needs to bring to it. You know what I mean? It's not just like a one-trick pony. He's like, I need to be serious here. I need to be funny here. I need to sit back and let these guys cook. Like he's really good.
I like that he does comedy, but that it doesn't take away from the wrestler, or it's not just about him.
Because who's the other person that you don't like? Have you said this out loud?
I said this. Have I said this out loud?
I don't know if you said it out loud on the pod.
Nigel McGuinness on commentary?
I don't know if you said that on a pod.
Well, I'm saying it now because there's times where I feel like he makes it all about him. And I'm like,
what?
It can't be all about you.
That's not what he's doing.
There have been times where I felt that way. And I'm like, this can't be all about you. Like, you're taking away from the match.
Let me ask you a question. You watch the World Wrestling Entertainment. Do you feel like Corey Graves does the same thing?
I think he used to, but I don't think he does anymore.
Okay. I wouldn't know. I haven't seen him in a long time.
No, I was gonna say he's fine now. Like I've got a problem with him. He's fine.
Okay, that's fair.
We got Nat Yetta here who says, what does watching 3D movies with 3D glasses? All right, he says, what is watching 3D movies with 3D glasses and eating red and green peppers have in common? They both cause the CCO's color blindness.
Yes.
Y'all are wild. I was thinking about this the other day. I was replaying the whole thing in my head.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all I've got. I don't got anything else to add. We got LeVay Carter who says Digital Underground does that song. The Shimmy Shimmy Cocoa Puff?
What Digital Underground song are you thinking of? Oh, yeah, they do have a song that's like that. That's before Nelly.
So then maybe that's the song I'm thinking about.
Shimmy Shimmy Cocoa Puff. There's no way you're thinking of that song. You're thinking of Nelly.
No,
that song's before your time.
I mean, people know songs before their time.
Like, well, what year were you born? Were you born in 1992?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it came out in like 92.
All right. Daniel Robledo here says Amazing Red versus Jericho at Hammerstein! Exclamation point.
What?
And I think he wants this match to happen.
I mean, I want Red to be at Hammerstein. So yeah, I'm with you. If he gets a title match, that'd be dope.
Anthony Giuliano says, did you see the QT Doom diss video? I watched like 15 seconds of it. I did. You didn't watch it, Reg? So
right now.
Oh, you can hear me typing? Sorry. There's something. Hold on. Let me just confirm my facts here really quickly because I'm pretty sure. Hold on. I'm going to AEW's YouTube channel.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second, because I was just on it the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they had the disc video up on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's not there anymore. They took it down.
What?
AEW took down the YouTube video of QT Marshall's diss track.
They took it down?
They took it down. I saw it. It had 11,000 views. Keep in mind, this channel has, 4 million subscribers?
Yeah.
And it had 11,000 views. And I saw it and I was like, huh. And I was doing like analytics because I'm a YouTube analytics freak. That's what I do, right? And I just checked right now and it's not up there anymore.
Wow. Because they 11,000 views in like 5 minutes.
No, this was like, it had been hours, like hours.
Exactly. So that's weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Guess I'll never see it.
It was just him singing like, I'm gonna bring the doom and something doom and something doom. I don't know, Reg. I watched like 15 seconds of it.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. It's so wild. All right, let's see what else we got. We got Matt Logan here who says, I'm going to my first AEW pay-per-view Saturday. Nice, Matt. I think you're gonna have a good time. I think for the most part, the AEW pay-per-views always have a really good energy.
That's a fact. Like, even if you don't care about the story, stuff going into it, the show is going to deliver.
Well, Rounded Leo says, Shimmy Coco Pop. Is it Coco Pop? Originally came out in 1959.
Wow, we're getting some facts on here, some music facts. You guys are cooking.
Was it Coco Pop or Coco Puffs?
They changed it to Cocoa Puffs for Nelly.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to say, I'm going to be embarrassed if I've been singing the wrong words. Louise R says, sorry, late to the party. Did you guys talk about the women's tournament for all promos in Wrestle Dynasty yet? Who are the finals? Love you guys. Thank you so much, Louise, for sending this in because we haven't talked about this. And this was a pretty cool announcement that they made yesterday. And sorry, let me just pull up the tweet so I can have all the proper information here. But this was great because they announced a tournament that is supposed to culminate in a 4-way at Wrestle Dynasty. And it's going to be Ring of Honor, Stardom, CMLL, AEW, and New Japan. Sorry, I can't find the freaking graphic, but those are the 4 promotions that are going to be in it. And they're going to have women do like matches and compete. And then finally, whoever makes it in the tournament is going to be one representative of each company. And then the person who wins gets a title shot of their respective choosing. I thought this was a great freaking idea. The one thing that I will say is that obviously I don't know like the logistics of all of this, but I do hope that AEW makes some sort of playlist on YouTube or something where we can have all of the videos from like the other places. I know it's kind of harder for some other companies because they probably don't do that or they don't want to give out their content for free. I get it. But I feel like for this particular tournament, they should do that because I know that if they don't make it super easy for me to access that stuff, I'm not going to watch all the matches. And I don't want to do that. I want to watch all the matches. I want to see some of the girls that I have yet to discover that are going to be taking part in this tournament. And so I hope that they make it easy because if not, you're going to miss out on a whole lot and the tournament won't hit the same if you're not able to easily access it. Now, of course, for a lot of people, it will be easy if they have the services or they know when to watch and when to tune in. But I do think they should make it easy for us dummies like me that need everything to be like shown in one place.
Yeah, no, you bring up a great point, Denise. Like some people need to be like not force-fed it, but they need to be like presented all in an easy to access thing. If you got to go searching, people don't want to search. That's just not a thing. As somebody who makes content, who makes music and like does this thing, if you don't present it to them right there, if the link don't get them exactly to you want them where you want them to go, they are not going to go, dude. That's just how it works. Like you have to put out a graph that says this is exactly where you do it. This is exactly where you go, just in order to really get these people to agree to it. This tournament's going to be awesome, though. I think that the women's division and all these companies are very well. If they're only going to have a couple of representatives, they send all their strongest people, this tournament is going to be one of the best we've had in a long time. I mean, like immediately I saw Ring of Honor, so I was like, I want Athena to be representing for Ring of Honor. That's all I really care about at this point.
That's the number one name that I'm seeing. I'm seeing people say, get Athena out there, get her to win. So someone said so she can escape the hellhole that is Ring of Honor.
I mean,
someone said that. I didn't say that. Someone said that.
But yeah.
Someone tweeted me that. Okay, I saw it. Or I'm just echoing what the people say.
Exactly. The people are all here. We're all in agreement that Athena, this tournament, like surrounding her and letting her cook is really important. But I think like the other people that could potentially be featured and potentially win this are really awesome. I mean, Willow Nightingale, she's sitting out there, and I think her connection to all the companies kind of attached to this, she's going to have a pretty big role in this, I'd assume. This is going to be pretty amazing. I think that it's important that they have good representation at Wrestle Dynasty. And so for them to already be setting us up and building to this, I think is a good sign. And I hope that all the women get time and a good time to shine at that show.
It's interesting that you mentioned Willow because she does have partnerships with all these companies. I wouldn't be surprised if she had her finger on this in terms of, making out, like, putting this out there. Who knows? We'll see.
She is just so talented, and like just seeing all the promotions involved, I'm like, damn, Willow is attached to all this, so she's gonna have an inside just because she's been a part of all these promotions. She probably knows most of the women that are going to be in the match or have wrestled against them, so she's gonna have a leg up in this. Very excited about this. But yeah, this might be Athena's thing for me. I don't know, you guys. Like I'm team Athena out here.
We got Nat Yetta here. She says Kris stat chest tattoo looks like chest hair. Why did that rhyme? Kris
chest tat.
Kris stat chest tattoo looks like chest hair. What?
That's crazy.
What does her tattoo look like? I don't think I've ever really paid attention to it.
Yeah, she has a chest chat. Test chat.
She does?
Yeah,
I've never noticed this.
You never noticed ever?
Tattoo. No. Never. I guess I just didn't look.
Kris stats chest tat.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. It's a rose.
Yeah,
it's like a flower.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see it now. I just noticed it for the first time ever. Juan Castle says I'll fight Denise inside a bouncy house tombstone.
Tombstone.
Nah, bro. Those bouncy houses me making my stomach hurt. You ever get in there? Like you start to get a little dizzy too. Like once you're a certain age, like you can't go in there no more.
No, Denise, we're all too tall to get in there. Only you can get in there at this age.
I still get in.
Age.
I get in with the kids, but then like after. But here's the
thing:
you
look like a kid in there. It's not like a big. They're not like an adult in there. Like who's that kid in there too? Oh, that's Denise.
But I'm just saying though, the other kids do all these flips and shit, and they're like, "Do a flip, do something," and I try to do something, but nah, I just lay there and I'm like, oh, I can't move.
Everybody knows that the bounty house is about spot food, baby. You got to hit a flip. You got to do some kind of spots. Come on.
Yeah. Mint Norm is here. Says, "Sup, Reg and Denise. Please, please, please tell me they are putting all the belts on Julia. Also, just not to make espresso." But you said he has a coffee beans, right?
He does have coffee beans. Prince Nana Coffee. Get you some right now. That's definitely some good coffee, and Nana's a great guy. Julia is going to be in the running at the top of either division when she comes back. Just how they're setting her up to come back, I think.
Crazy 101 says predictions for Wrestle Dynasty Women's Cup. So I know you gave Athena.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I kind of wanted to be someone. I kind of wanted to be someone not from AEW or Ring of Honor.
That's fair.
I just don't know who. I don't know who's in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to. Oh my God, I feel so annoying. I'm just saying the same thing over and over. I want it to be someone hot and fresh and new.
Just for all the divisions, all the titles. I feel you.
Hot, fresh, new for everything. All right.
I feel you.
Brand, I'm just ready to change things up. I think that's where I'm at.
It's about to be a new year, Denise. I feel you. We could get into just switch it up. Let's get into some new shit. Let's try to innovate some stuff.
Surprise me. That's what I want.
Surprises.
A surprise.
Mm-hmm.
We got FKA KTS who says, I don't get the hype around Stat. All of her gimmicks are corny, no charisma, no aura. Her in-ring is solid, but not a superstar. Her best was with Stokely. So look, I know sometimes it's easier for some people, for example, like Mercedes to do these promos, or Britt, or even Willow to pull these promos out. I think with Statlander, she's gotten over I think mainly when she was like Orange Cassidy and she was with all of, best friends and all of that stuff. I think that was probably when she was the most like really popular.
Mm-hmm.
And I think once they kind of had her stand on her own, I think it did show that she did struggle with the promos. It doesn't come easy to everybody, right? Eventually, some people get it, some people don't. She has struggled with the promos, but in-ring wise, she is very good. I just don't think that they have found the best way to accentuate her good points and sort of try to hide some of her flaws, because you can hide people's. It's like Ricochet, right? Yeah. We're always talking about how great Ricochet is, but what do we say? He can't cut a promo.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you just got to work around that. And I don't know if they've necessarily figured it out just yet right now with Statlander.
Yeah, it feels like, I don't agree that she has no charisma or no aura. I think that she has a natural charisma thing that, like I said, if you just put her in the ring and let her go like she does tonight, that's where you really get what's great about Stat. And I think that if they just try to put her and make her the prototypical talk in the middle of the ring, this is your character type. No, there's something more special about Stat, and I don't know if they've ever tapped into it. They really got to tap into what makes her unique and special, and I don't know if they have. This is, again, when the match happens on Saturday, y'all all gonna be eating y'all words, but we'll see.
No, but she's got a great look. I think that's what they should really focus on. Like,
great look.
Her physical dominance. She's pretty tall. Like, she's not a petite girl. I feel like you got to run with that. Like, highlight that. Really, really show that off.
But yeah, like Denise said, promos are hard. So hard.
We got Nat Yetta here who says, when Zoe starts on TV, I always think of Martin. What?
I don't know what that means, but that's...
Not Yetta, what? Who's Martin?
Martin Lawrence.
Oh, I mean, there's so many Martins. How do you know we're talking about Martin Lawrence?
What other Martin would we be talking about? There's so many Martins. Why did you say there's so many Martins then if you don't know any other ones?
That's true. I don't really know that many Martins. I thought I did. I don't know any Martins.
No Martins. Come on.
We got some Martins in here in the chat. I just know it. All right. Anthony Giuliano says, Reg, you a fan of B-Fab? What are your thoughts?
She's talented. I don't know if I've seen too much of her work. Like, she doesn't work that often, but I think, like, if given the opportunities, if given moments, like when she's been given opportunities to work and she's been in a couple of triple threat matches and done some things that I've been impressed by, I just think, there's just one of those that needs to continue to grow and get better. But I think, like, she has a future in the wrestling business for sure.
Oh, okay. And LaRon Ford here says, Zoe Stark reminds me of Tisha Campbell, who started.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit. Okay, that makes sense.
That's what everyone's saying. Okay, I got to Google her, so I'm a little out of the loop. Campbell. All right, Crazy 101 says the QT disc got moved to AEW's YouTube Shorts area, BTW.
Oh, gotcha. Moved them out. Can't be on this main channel, big dog.
Well, it's wild, man. It's so wild. I was about to say, got dissed on the disc. Got dissed on the disc. Damn,
your disc got dissed. It's crazy.
Yeah, your disc got dissed. There you go. Oh, that's terrible. Not Yetta here says BL turned cheeseburger into a tofu poo-poo platter.
Bobby Lashley turned cheeseburger into a tofu poo-poo platter.
Someone said on Twitter that he was dead meat.
Leave my homie Cheeseburger alone, you guys.
We need to get. We need to get Cheeseburger versus Niño Hamburguesa. Has that been a thing?
No.
Has anybody said that? Someone had to have said that, right? Or has it been done?
No, I think he maybe has. I think because Cheeseburger was working in Mexico for a while.
Because how do you not do Cheeseburger and Niño Hamburguesa?
You got to.
Yeah. Hey, Reg, if you had a food name, what would yours be?
If I had a food name, what does that translate to?
What? Niño Hamburguesa?
Mm-hmm.
Boy hamburger. Wait, you didn't know that? That's why I said cheeseburger and Niño Hamburguesa. Boy hamburger.
Boy hamburger. If I had a food name, I don't know, what would yours be?
So I had said that my original name, because I wanted to be a wrestler back in the day, before I found out I had no physical talent whatsoever. I wanted to be Pina Colada. That was going to be my name. You don't know the story? You've told it a few times. I was dead set. I was like, I'm going to go to Mexico. I'm going to learn to do lucha. and I'm going to become a WWE diva with my great lucha skills. That was my thought process. And I was like, I'm going to be Pina Colada.
That is crazy. You were so wrong. You were going to be Pina Colada. Why did you want to be named after a drink? You don't even drink.
I don't even drink, but I do love Pina Coladas. I get them everywhere. Virgin.
I always get
virgin Pina Coladas everywhere I go.
Because that's your gimmick. That's insane.
My gimmick. Yeah. But if I had anything else, I'd be like cream cheese bagel. That'd be cute.
I'd be like Negro Hennessy.
Negro Hennessy. No lie, that'd be your GCW name.
Something like that. Pina Colada and Negro Hennessy.
Would you have a mask or no mask?
Gotta have a mask. Come on. What you mean?
Negro Hennessy. I'm gonna change our little overlay next week or whenever. I'm gonna put Pina Colada and Negro Hennessy.
Negro Hennessy.
Man, we got Ellen Jeanette here who says thoughts on people showing a video of Linda McMahon Attitude Era promo showing her as the next Secretary of Education. I hope she's effective as her. I hope she's effective as her acting. So obviously, we've been seeing that the news broke yesterday that Donald Trump was looking to select Linda McMahon as the Secretary of Education, which I think
what
for the most
timeline
part,
is this, Denise?
I don't know, Reg. Don't shoot the messenger.
Dude,
this is what the people are saying. And everybody's obviously, making jokes because it's like, everybody's putting the clips of her in the wheelchair where she was like practically comatose and all of those things. The Trish Stratus, Vince McMahon stuff, it's everywhere. I mean, what can I say? It's so unserious at this point. Like, I don't even know what to say anymore.
It's like, what the fuck does Linda McMahon know about education? Like, I have so many, like, I was like, when they announced it, I was like, yeah, of course, but what? But I'm not surprised at anything at this point.
Yeah, it's really scary, but I hate to say hoping for the best because at this point, I don't even know if I should hope for the best.
What's the best?
What is the best? Yeah, I'm hoping for like the lowest, whatever crumble of best that is left in this universe. That is what I'm hoping for.
I love that she had to be like, oh yeah, I'm separated from Vince McMahon. Like, who the fuck thought she was?
We knew that already.
Like, I'm like, oh yeah, because I'm like, why is this news?
Right? Didn't we know this? We knew that. I knew that.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, of course. Have you guys been reading about what's happening with him? You think that she's standing by this guy's side?
I mean, like for like a public perception for a while it was, but I think we knew about it since Vince did the Pat McAfee interview before all of this drama because he wasn't wearing the wedding ring and it came up. And I remember that was a whole topic. And since then we've known that he hasn't been with Linda.
It's been a while. I feel like this.
Yeah, it's been a while, even longer than when we found out. But I think they probably had that come out so that now that she's had a big fancy role before with Donald Trump in the past. But yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see what the hell happens. But I think we probably expected it at this point only because, she was kind of vouching pretty hard for him and has been all these years.
Listen, we like wrestling, you guys, but like overtly in wrestling. I don't want it to like they're like, oh, politics are wrestling. Like that was a joke, you guys. Like, don't make it real, but it's real now.
Wrestlix.
Shit.
Anthony Giuliano says my food name would be white chocolate.
White chocolate, that's a good one. Yeah,
I like that. I like that. I love white chocolate. Melissa Cabello says Tony Storm has everyone talking. Yeah, and obviously that's in kayfabe, guys. Like I hope some people didn't get that was kayfabe, by the way.
I keep seeing stories of being like Tony Storm. I'm like, you guys, did you read the thing?
Yeah, it's kayfabe, guys. But thank you so much, Melissa Cabello. She does got people talking, though. You are right about that.
It's a good bit.
Nat Yetta says Vince and Kennedy McMahon's next venture will fail just like the 2001 XFL. Bro, my husband had season tickets for this last iteration of the XFL.
That's crazy. Wow.
And because of the pandemic and everything, didn't even get to finish going to the games.
So got season tickets to XFL. That's crazy.
He loves sports, Reg.
I know he does. He's a freak.
Yeah, he loves sports. Bro, I'd be at home watching the CFL, How do I be knowing about the CFL, bro? Why am I watching the CFL? And the Jonas Brothers had this like horrible performance, by the way, at the Grey Cup this weekend. It was just so bland. Such a bland performance.
It was like at a sporting event.
Yeah, the Grey Cup, like their
music
big,
doesn't work. They have to figure this out because they were mad at Fat Joe at the World Series. It's like these artists can't hear when they set up these stupid stages on the field and all this. Then there's all these fans they can't hear, so the performance is never gonna work because the sound is never great. And then they're mad at the artist.
On the performer, there's been lots of great performances.
You can't hear though; it's so hard.
No, like, but I've seen it on TV though.
The difference is like when Beyonce's up there, she's not gonna let any fucking body in the world ruin her performance. But nobody be moving like Beyonce. If Taylor Swift does a performance, you think that she's gonna let anybody half-ass anything that's happening there? It's gonna sound perfect, but like the Jonas Brothers don't get those luxuries.
Bro, they were just like going through the motions. They were doing this and a little bit of that. I'm like, put a little effort into it, bro.
A little bit of that.
It was so like they were barely moving.
Listen.
Anyways, all right, let's finish out this show because I think we got pretty much everything. But banger, we didn't get to talk about the banger opening match. Will Ospreay, Powerhouse, Hobbs, Ricochet, Mark Davis versus Konosuke Takeshita, Brian Cage, Kyle Fletcher, Lance Archer. This was a banger, Reg. I don't know what else to say. So much fun. I love that we got to see the big guys do big guy moves, a lot of meat in there. But then at the exact same time, we got some great teases, or not great teases, but rather great previews between Ospreay and Kyle and Mark. Those were some fun moments.
Yeah. Powerhouse Hobbs, you son of a bitch. You scared me. I didn't know what's happening. Watching the match, I'm like, damn, Powerhouse Hobbs' gear is really cool. So I'm like, hey, your gear is cool. Like, I'm trying to talk to this fool. I look back up and they're taking him to the back. I'm like, oh shit, what happened? And so I got really scared. It was a bit for the match though. He came back out and cleaned house. This was when they announced this match a few days ago, people on the internet were like, they should have a match like this every Dynamite. They have such a huge roster of talented guys that you can slot in different wrestlers every week and do one of these all-star tags. And it was exactly that. Like everybody got a shining moment. Ricochet gets a shining moment. Takeshita gets a shining moment. Mark Davis is in there getting the shining moment. They reiterated the point that I think is being made of they are still friends. They had a couple of little fights in there. They broke up each other's pinfalls in there. They had a couple of slaps, but it wasn't any real fighting between Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher because they are friends. There was a little mishap.
Bro, there was a big ass bitch slap. What are you talking about?
You could slap. I've slapped my friends before. I've been slapped by my friends.
Like that.
It's just like a little like we have to make it real. Just slap the shit out of me. Then Ospreay's gonna think we're not friends. This weekend, Denise, I'm telling you what's gonna happen. Mark Davis is screwing Will Ospreay out of this match. Kyle Fletcher's winning this match because of his tag team partner, Mark Davis. Well, bring it back, you guys, on Saturday, because that's exactly what's happening. And it was reiterated here today. Everybody was awesome in this. Ospreay's $1 million when he does his spots. Powerhouse Hobbs looks great being in there doing this big thing. I love Brian Cage and Lance Archer as a tag team. I think their tag team moves are really cool. They have just like classic, like the choke slam and the power bomb together. It's such a fucking cool thing to do. And I love them just being in there, being giant. This was awesome. They told a lot of stories leading into the show. Got me more even excited for Ospreay and Fletcher. They're going to have a fucking banger. This is exactly the way that you start the show and get the crowd, a real crowd hot. I don't know what the fuck these people are doing.
All right, we got Mike T90K who says, y'all coming to All In Texas.
Y'all in. Where y'all? Well, I am. Denise doesn't know yet. She don't go to wrestling shows anymore, she says.
I am still debating. All right, we got Nat Yetta here who says, no slap is harder than a slap from Rick James.
Rick James, bitch.
Amazing. All right, guys, with that is our show. And I promise we're going to keep these shows a little tighter because we kind of went really long today.
It happens all the time. I don't know how.
Mike T90K says, no Penelope Ford tonight, shaking my head. Penelope Ford? I never heard of her. Alrighty, everyone. That is our show. We will be here this Saturday for AEW Full Gear, Reg and I will be here doing a watch along. And then on top of that, we'll be doing a post show. So we'll be here for several hours hanging out with everybody. It'll be a good time. So if you guys want to come in, if you've never joined us for a watch along, we play the audio, come join us. And then Friday, I will be here for the SmackDown post show with Robin. And then friendly reminder, in case anybody missed it, I am starting Raw post shows December 2nd. I have brought on Santi Zapp, who will be joining me here on the show to do Raw post show starting December 2nd. I'm so excited about this new partnership. He's got a massive following, works incredibly hard, and is very passionate about the company and the brand and all of that. So I cannot wait to bring him on board and to do these shows. So once again, that's going to be happening starting December 2nd. All right. And as for Reg and I, Reg, what do you got going on?
I just got my brand new Grapsity sweater, grapsity.bigcartel.com. You definitely want to go and get you one of those. Tomorrow's Ask Grapsity, Saturday's regular Grapsity. It's going to be a long day on Saturday, long ass Grapsity, long ass watch along with my friend Denise Salcedo. I'm looking so much forward to it. I'm lucky that she also has the same schedule because she has to wake up early as hell on Saturday.
I got busted open, a birthday party, and then Full Gear.
Busy ass day for Denise. Don't forget. Remember last time you showed up late because you thought it started. I'm just setting out a reminder for you.
I know. I felt so bad because my friend was really excited about her party, and I was like, "Shit, I'm only going to be able to be there for like 3 hours, and then I got to come home." I'm like, I'm so lame.
You suck. Classic Denise. They all know that you do stuff like that, so it works.
Alrighty, everyone, that's us. Thank you so much for your support. We will catch you guys back here on Saturday for Full Gear. Bye, everyone. Take care.